Hello everyone, good day. I am Neo P. Villason from BSA English 2A, and this time I'll be tackling about the learner-centered instructional strategies focusing on small groups, case study, and Jigsaw. And before that, let's read first the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, the student should be able to define the principle and key elements of student-centered learning. Number 2, identify various active learning strategies such as group discussion, problem-based learning, and peer teaching. Lastly, we have explore ways to tailor instructions to meet the diverse needs and learning styles of students. Now, let's define what is learner-centered teaching really is. Learner-centered teaching methods shift the focus of the activity from the teacher to the learners. These methods include active learning, in which students solve problems, answer questions, formulate questions of their own, discuss, explain, debate, or brainstorm during the class. Learner-centered instructional strategies, also known as student-centered or learner-centered strategies, are approaches to teaching and education that place the learner at the forefront of the learning process. These strategies shift the focus from the traditional teacher-centered model to one that prioritizes the needs, preferences, and active engagement of the learner. Learner-centered instructional strategies aim to create a more personalized, engaging, and effective learning environment. More so, learner-centered instructional strategies aim to create a supportive, engaging, and challenging learning environment that empowers students to take charge of their education. They help foster independent, critical thinkers who are well prepared for the challenges of the modern world. Now, let's proceed to small groups. Small group teaching is a student-centered approach where all students join together in a free discussion on a particular topic and engage in active learning. Properly designed small group learning activities create an active and safe learning environment with beneficial opportunities for peer-peer interaction. Also, small groups in learning-centered instructional strategies refer to a teaching approach where students are organized into smaller, collaborative groups to work on various learning activities and tasks. This method encourages active participation, peer interaction, and shared learning experiences. Small groups can be a powerful tool in learner-centered education for several reasons. Number 1, collaborative learning. Number 2, active engagement. Number 3, diverse perspective. Number 4, personalized learning. And lastly, we have increased participation. Overall, small groups in learner-centered strategies create a dynamic and interactive learning environment where students actively engage with the content and with one another. It encourages the development of essential skills including communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and problem solving. There are a lot of advantages of small groups. Number 1 is increased student engagement. Number 2, differentiated instructions. Enhanced peer collaboration. Number 3, improved teacher-student relationship. Number 4, immediate feedback and assessment. Lastly, we have increased flexibility in the classroom. Now, let's proceed to the case study. Case studies are also used for students engaged with their own independent learning and research. For example, in history lessons, if a teacher asks their students to learn more about a famous individual, such as a king or queen, they would be conducting their very own case study research. There are a lot of advantages of the case study. A major advantage of teaching with case studies is that the students are actively engaged in figuring out the principles by abstracting from the examples. This develops their skills in problem solving, analytical tools, quantitative and or qualitative, depending on the case. Now let's proceed to Jigsaw. According to Berger and Hans 2015, also showed that the type of the context taught using Jigsaw method in the context of physics and modified teachers' quality of teaching and their intrinsic motivation. The more demanding the content is, the higher the cognitive and faced by the students, and the more this factor hinders motivation. Jigsaw is a cooperative learning strategy and enables each student of a home group to specialize in one aspect of a topic. For example, one group studies habitats of rainforest animals. Another group studies predators or the rainforest animals. There are many benefits to using the Jigsaw method in one's classroom. For starters, in most instances, students who take ownership in their own learning will be better understand the material. As the active learners, students are directly immersed in the information and material, which promotes a deeper understanding of the material. When students are given the opportunity to contribute to a group, they also learn life skills such as communication and working within a timeline. This method also promotes collaboration and discussion, as well as self-motivated learning strategies. Students who work together learn to ask questions, to clarify their understanding, and provide critical feedback in appropriate manners. In addition, the Jigsaw method in education effectively produces academic gains in problem solving and analyzing, two important cognitive skills. That's all, everyone. Thank you for watching.